Hi, I'm Adam Berzowski. I'm one of the sales advisors here with Kraft Music, and today I've got the privilege of checking out the new Sequential Trigon, polyphonic analog synthesizer. And that's what we're looking at here. There's many things about this I like. I've owned lots and lots of synthesizers in my life, and this one's pretty exciting because it's so flexible, it does so many things, and what I was just about to point out is the pedal jack inputs. On some of my other synthesizers, the pedal input is assignable. I almost always assign it to the filter cutoff because I like that, right? Well, that's it. This instrument has its own input for filter cutoff. There's another one for volume, another one for sustain. Of course, your MIDI in, out, through, USB, and left and right line level, and a headphone jack. That's all the inputs and outputs on it. Just wanted to take a minute and point out that cutoff jack. I like it. I like it. Multi-effects. Let's play with some effects. Here's some phaser. Turn it on. Start at 0. These keys feel great too. They feel really great. Very firm, not like lots of resistance. It's a good synth action, but they feel very stable, very exact. I like it. I gotta say, I love the finish of this thing. I think the end caps, this wood is beautiful, and that appears in the front as well. I think it's glorious, and it's built extremely well. I just love this synth. Checking this out, 3 oscillators per voice. And of course, this is my oscillator section. Well, how does all that work? Well, if you're new to synths, here's how it works. First of all, I have to select one. Let's start here. Now I've got some tone. How loud or quiet do I want that to be? I've got volume for it. And now I can add a second oscillator. Here it is. I have octave control over those. Right? Now you can hear the difference between the first oscillator. Bringing in I bumped the noise button. I could have some noise if I want. Didn't mean to bump it. Bring in my second oscillator. I can turn off my first oscillator and only listen to the second one. Bring in my third oscillator. All 3 of them, and then I can blend them however I want to hear them, right? Maybe I want that to be the loudest. You can hear me bringing in the first oscillator, and the second one. And there's all 3 of them. How differently that chord would sound if I only used 1 oscillator. Same chord. Right? Then bring in the second one. Get a little more bottom. I'll probably bring that up a little more yet. And take it away again, right? See, that bass goes away. It's because I have that one set to a lower octave. Then I bring in my last oscillator. There's all 3. For big fat chords or hit my Unison button and get big fat leads. So here I'm playing poly. Before I go Unison with the poly, with all of them, I have aftertouch. And here I'm going to manipulate the LFO. So I play my chord, and if I press down a little harder, if I want that more pronounced, I can crank it up. Listen to this. Now I'm going to go Unison, so it's going to take all the voices per note. So now I'm monophonic, right? So now I'm monophonic. I still have the aftertouch. Love that aftertouch. Got some glide. So I've got some effects on. I've got a digital delay on. That button will be lit because this will tell me if I'm modulating the digital delay or the reverb back and forth. I can toggle. That's all right. I like that. But I got to remember to turn it on because it's not on. Despite the red button being lit, it's not on. So I turn it on. Now it's on. I control my rate and wet and dry. Or if I'm in a DAW and I want to sync it, I can sync it. So that distortion gives some nice harmonics up on top if you're looking for some ripping leads. Let's make some ripping leads. Crank up the cutoff. Get a nice bright tone in there. Crank up my distortion. Got a little bit of delay. Let's put on, I like that it's got built-in effects. Not all analog synths do. I love it. So there we go. So then, Great feeling action. Great feeling wheels. All the knobs are firm and stable. This thing's built really well. So far I'm looking here. I've been just accessing some of the presets. Haven't gotten into any of the deeper editing, which is all these buttons look like they double. Local control, sequence jack, sustain, beat sync, on and on. Lots you can do here. Distortion, vintage, your pan spread, how wide everything is. Program volume, wheel range, key mod. It's your sequencer. You can play in your pattern, record your pattern and play it back. So much to do in this synthesizer. I'm gonna keep on playing some samples here. So Arpeggiator's engaged, it's on right now. I've got some options here, up, down, random, assign. I can tap my tempo. Maybe I'm playing with a live drummer and he's in a different tempo. Maybe he's and now I'm in sync with him. And I've actually used that feature on one of my other synths live, and it's great if you're trying to sync with a live drummer. So I can tap my tempo, or I can just dial in a specific beat per minute. Of course, I can sync to MIDI time clock as well. All my subdivisions, 8th note, 16th, swing, 32nd, everything you'd expect is right here as well. So let's play on some of this. Sequencer's still going. I'm using my cutoff pedal to roll it all back. Right? Because I'll probably have both hands will be busy, so I need some way to deal with that. Pedal's gonna do it. Just getting into the instrument, it does seem the first bank of patches are all very similar, but there's so many more, and as I progress through this, I am finding some others, but of course, you can make all your own patches and save them yourself, and isn't that much of the fun of these instruments, is to explore, experiment, and create your own new, original sounds, and look at all this control you have to do so. Just gonna take a quick look at the panel here, right? Top left, that's your master volume, right? Aftertouch, where you want to assign it to, how strong you want it to be, which frequencies it affects. Pitch and mod wheel, just what you'd expect them to do, pitch and modulation. All your controls over the low frequency oscillator. Some interesting parameters you have control over in the polymod section. Of course, you can transpose down 2 octaves, up 2 octaves. You can hold. You've got glide and full control over that. You can slam all your voices down to one note, so you get these big fat mono notes. That's your unison, of course. And then everything to do with your 3 oscillators, right? There's three of the same here. Which octave you're in, which waveform you're with, your pulse width, your volume, drive, some noise. This is all to do with your filter and your amplifier. ADSR, attack, decay, sustain, release, for your filter and for your amplifier. This is your clock for your arpeggiator. Again, you can tap tempo, you can subdivide every which way you can think of. They're all listed here. And then into the effects, right? And you can run 2 effects at once. So here A is lit up, so I'm selecting which one I want there. Let's go with a chorus. Good, but it's not turned on. I got to turn it on for it to actually take effect. There, now it's on. So A is lit, so that's why I can change my, it could be a phaser, right? Or it can be a chorus, or it can be a delay. So let's leave it on phaser. Now maybe I want to change the other effect. That's over here, so I have to highlight that one with this AB button. Now I'm changing that effect. And a hall reverb, sure, why not? Then down here, if it's a tempoed effect, I can sync it to my DAW or to my internal clock. I'm going to turn that off. And here I can control how wet or how dry I want that effect to be. And right now we've got B highlighted. So that's the volume, that's the hall reverb. Here it is maxed out. And I'll roll it back little by little. What other effects do I have up here? Plate, spring, huh? So some more parameter control, how long the reverb is, in addition to how wet or dry it is. So plenty of control there. Keep exploring. What else have we got here? I am a sucker for that distortion drive. Distortion circuit, I love it. Of course you can play it clean, right? lush. I can get huge sounds out of this thing. I get teeny tiny little sounds on this thing. I can get sound effects. I can get rhythmic patterns. I can get noise. What can't I do with the sequential trigon? So that's the Sequential Trigon-6. I'm Berzowski. Thank you for watching and exploring with me today on this fabulous synthesizer. If you have any questions about this or any of our synths, we hope that you'll reach out and contact us. Thanks again.